want you to get the best breed cattle you can find in California. If it costs more, you pay it. There'll be a letter of credit waiting for you at the bank in Sacramento.
Sure wish I was riding with you.
Oh, as you know, it was already decided it was my chance to get a look at some of them city gals.
When did we decide that?
Oh, he decided all by himself. When Pa mentioned this would be a good week to do some fence repairing.
Those fences will still be waiting for you when you boys get back. Now use your judgment on them. Make sure you get what you pay for.
You watch them city gals, too. You hear, Little Joe?
I intend to do just that.
Take care.
One more place, please, Ben. You sign right there.
Oh. Yeah, that should do it.
Folks, my name is Zach Morgan. These are my brothers, Ned and Billy.
Morgan's?
That's right. Start collecting. Now, there's been a lot of loose talk going around town about us being killers. Well, don't you believe none of it.
Don't get any notions.
All righty, now let's have the rest of it.
That's all there is.
You know, I'll bet you go home and have lunch with your wife, don't you, mister? I'll tell you what. How would you like us to drop you off there? Dead.
That's all there is, I swear it. Somebody stop him!
Hush!
He's gonna be all right.
I had to probe pretty deep for that bullet.
That's all right, Doc. He'll be all right as soon as I get him home.
He'll bleed to death before you get him halfway there. Internal hemorrhaging. It's got to be bedded tight, strapped down if need be.
Ben, you can stay at my place.
That'll be best, Hoss.
I'll get him a clean shirt. Give me a hand with him.
Oh, wait a minute. Young Morgan boy was hurt pretty bad. If he dies, the whole Morgan gang will be back.
I owe you something, Ben. I haven't forgotten. Come on.
Give me this. Easy now, Paul. Easy. Easy, Paul.
Ben, I'm sorry.
Oh, it's all right, Sam. You going after them?
Oh, yes, sir.
Now, you be careful. That Carl Morgan, he's smart as a lobo.
I'm not forgetting what he did to my deputy.
Now, don't let your anger lead you into a trap.
Come on, Paul. It's no time for talking.
I need 2 good men to ride after the Morgans. 2 good shots. Just 2 to ride with me and my deputies. Any of you.
I'll ride with you. Give me a gun.
Pryor, you're drunk.
I said I'll go. Give me a gun.
Not you, Tom. Not this time. Well? All right. It took you long enough to wake up. We'll get the guns for you down at the jail.
Just a little ways now, Billy. You just hold on.
Carl's gonna skin us when he sees Billy shot. Maybe we ought to arrest him, Zach.
No, it ain't far now. There's nothing we can do for him here now anyway. Get up. Get up.
Blood, all right. Fresher than the last we spotted.
Why didn't you watch out for the kid?
We tried. We did just like you told us.
Don't take it out on me.
Ben Cartwright shot the kid.
His time's coming. What about him, Skinner? Well, you're supposed to be able to patch people up, aren't you?
I only tended to mules in the Army, Carl. That don't mean I can work miracles.
You know better than that prison butcher that hacked up my leg. Carl, shut up! Now, you listen to me, Billy. You listen good. You're gonna come out of this. You're gonna get yourself up, and you're gonna ride out of here with us. You're gonna do what I tell you. Billy? You hear me, Billy? You get up now.
Ain't no use talking to him. He's dead.
It was me raised him. First time I fought with Pa was when he got liquored up and started in to thrash Billy. I'll settle for you, son. That's a promise I'll keep.
We're all ready to ride in, Carl. You just give the word.
Posse's coming!
Wow. Would have thought they'd have guts enough to come looking for us. Get the rifles, we're gonna set up.
You gonna have a little surprise party?
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna have a little party for him.
Smell a touch of wood smoke? Let's move out. Don't make a move.
You ain't gonna shoot me, are you?
Just keep your hands high.
Don't worry. I ain't gonna make a play.
All right, boys, rope him and search the camp.
Feel better, Ben?
Just don't like making you miss your work.
I guess they can go on getting drunk without me. Ben, do you think you could sleep if I pull down the blind?
And I don't like being moved in here and maybe putting you in danger. Plenty of people in town who'd have better be down.
Are you sure? Don't count on them, Ben. You'll make the same mistake my husband did.
So much bitterness. It doesn't become you. I don't think Ed would have wanted it that way.
Doesn't really matter, does it? He's dead. Ben, at the trial, he kept saying to me there was nothing to worry about. He said, people in this town are my friends. Well, it was his friends that let Tom Pryor talk him into a hanging. People in this town know me. They're my friends. I guess it wasn't until they put the rope around his neck he knew any better.
Sometimes a lawyer can sweet-talk a jury into making mistakes.
They wanted to see Ed hang. Like a pack of vultures. All except you, Ben. Look at him down there now. That whole town, all excited over a shooting and a killing.
Oh, how's Ben doing?
Well, sir, he's still pretty weak, but he's getting some rest now.
Well, tell him not to worry about the Morgans. We're all right here.
I reckon he knows how all of you feel, Mr. Stanford.
Boss, tell Ben we'll be up to see him.
I sure will, Mr. Martin.
We expect him to be up and snorting for the celebration when the sheriff brings in the Morgan gang.
Yes, sir. Howdy, Miss Sankers. Hi, Paul. Paul, they wouldn't even let me pay for that food. That's how everybody's feeling about this thing.
Ben, how are you doing?
Too much mollycoddling.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. The Morgans sure picked the wrong man to shoot this time.
Ben, this town hasn't been so worked up since Ed Samuel's trial. Oh, what I meant to say was... I'm sorry, ma'am.
Oh, you're sorry. Well, that helps a lot.
As I was saying, Ben, this town is sure worked up about all this.
The Morgans have been terrorizing this neighborhood long enough, Ben. It's time they got what was coming to them.
You saved my life, Ben, and I ain't aiming to forget it.
Thank you, Ralph.
Now, there's not going to be any trouble, mind you. Not with the posse after the Morgans.
Well, we'd better not stay too long. Don't forget, Ben, we're keeping a drink warm for you down at the bar.
It's good to know you have friends. Ralph, say thank you to everybody for all this.
It's no more than you do for us.
Just take care of yourself, Ben.
Well, don't look like there's going to be any trouble, Paul.
No. Hope not. But you know the Morgans.
Yeah. Well, even if they give the posse the slip and try to come in, the whole town's going to be back us.
I'm counting on that.
What's the matter, Paul?
I'm all right. It's no good being helpless like this. Put a pillow behind my head.
Yes, sir. Well, then, don't you worry none. Old Sam and the posse's probably got them already rounded up.
Hope Sam isn't too anxious. And that Carl Morgan, he thinks more like an animal than a man. That's the way you have to fight him.
Yeah.
It's no use, Mrs. Toller. It's no use.
What is it?
Don't look like the posse got him, Paul.
Made out to Ben Cartwright. Says we're coming into town before sundown. I guess we all know who wrote it. Well, what's the matter, good people? The sight of death chill you?
Shut up, you drunken hangman.
Sam Toller had no call to go out like that. He left the whole town unprotected.
It's Ben Cartwright they're after. Maybe we can sneak him out of town. Hide him somewheres. He'll be dead in an hour if you try to move him.
If Sam Toller and his posse couldn't take the Morgan gang, what chance have we got?
Looks like you boys are going to have to do a little fighting.
Sending an innocent man to the gallows wasn't enough for you, was it, Pryor? Talked the town into hanging Ed Samuels, now you're trying to talk us into more trouble. You drunken troublemaker.
Cartwright shouldn't have shot that Morgan boy. That's what started all this.
What are you laughing about, Mr. Pryor?
Look at him. All the big men in town that were going to stand back at Ben Cartwright. Way back! I think it's very funny.
5 dead bodies, Mr. Pryor. That ain't very funny.
won't be doing much business today. What time does it start?
4 o'clock, maybe. Before sundown.
Adam, little Joe on their way to California and you and me trapped here.
Take it easy, son. You know, maybe this whole thing's for the best.
What do you mean, Paul?
Huh? Carl Morgan and his brothers have been preying on this territory like a pack of wild dogs. And that's just the way they have to be fought.
Paul, maybe I could get some of the town's men and ride out and meet them.
And come back slung over your saddle. You know, when I was a boy, I don't think I ever told you boys this. My uncle sent me out hunting a pack of dogs that were stealing my pet sheep. Slogged around for a couple of days, never even got a smell of them. Now, when my uncle sent me out there, he sent me out there to teach me something. And when I got back, he showed me. He took an old goat, and he tethered him outside. And then we got our guns, and we waited till that dog pack came. Carl Morgan is like that old brown dog. Wild, smart. But now there's an old goat tethered in here that he wants bad enough to walk into a trap.
Which way do you figure they'll come in, Paul?
Right down Main Street. I figure we won't expect them to come in right out in the open. That's the way they'll go out, too. It's broad and clear. Less chance of them getting cut off.
Mm-hmm.
They'll probably wait till almost sundown, hoping we'll panic. We can't keep them from coming in. Gotta figure how to stop them from getting out.
Paul, I can close off all those side streets with wagons and crates and stuff.
Yeah, that's good. Hoss, let's get a rope. Get a long rope and pull it right across Main Street. Cover it up with a lot of dirt. And you wait till they ride past. And then you pull that rope tight.
Yeah.
And put about half your men down there. And make sure they don't shoot until the Morgans are trapped by that rope.
Yes, sir.
Get Carter and Stanford and Martin. They're all good men.
Yes, sir. Ma'am, I'd like to talk to Mr. Martin.
My husband's sick.
Ma'am, I just saw him this morning.
He's sick. You leave him alone.
Mr. Martin, I need you.
Hoss, I'm the first one in town to want to help, Ben. The first one, but
I'm listening.
I got a wife and children to think about.
Sometimes a man's got to think about something besides himself, Mr. Martin.
Well, you tell that to Sam Toller's wife and kids.
Look, Hoss, I can pay your pa back everything that he loaned me on what I still own for the store, but I can't go out there, Hoss. I can't. Hoss! I can pay him back everything, see?
Thank you, Mr. Martin. It ain't money I'm needing right now. Day, ma'am.
not my job out there, Hush. You know that. I'm the only doctor in this town. What if the Morgans kill me the way they did the men on the posse?
I'll tell you something right to your face. I've got no quarrel with the Morgans, and I sure ain't going to go out there and get my head blown off just to save Ben Cartwright.
No, sir. I reckon you ain't.
How's Ben's wound?
Well, it's soaked through a little bit, Doc.
That bandage ought to be changed, but I'm sort of busy.
I'll take care of it.
Mr. Davis!
Mr. Carter! Mr. Carter, I need you real bad. What's the matter with all of you? You think you can sit in here and hide from the Morgans any better than you did from me?
No use making trouble.
It's the Morgans that's making the trouble, not me. Can't you get that through your heads?
Tain't our fight.
Yeah, that's right. It's your pa they're coming after. If the Cartwrights fight their own battles, they ain't part of this town.
Well, what about it? Any of you got guts enough to stand up and take sides? I ain't gonna bother asking you again, Mr. Carter. You told my pa when he saved your life that you wasn't gonna be forgetting it. Pretty hollow-sounding words, ain't they? Well, I ain't gonna do no more begging.
Us.
I'd like to go along if it's all right. There won't be much use, I guess. I can't shoot. I never killed a man.
Except Ed Samuels.
Except Ed Samuels. Maybe you don't want me.
Mr. Pryor, when I came in here, I was asking for men to step forward. As far as I'm concerned, you're the only man in the whole room.
I'm ready to go. All I need is a gun.
Maybe a couple of more drinks.
It's a pretty sad thing, the smell of fear in this room. Come on, Mr. Pryor.
I'll be ready when you are, Hoss.
Good.
You know, your pa won't save me from a bunch of drunken trail hands. I ain't ever forgot that.
Mighty glad you're with us, Mr. Stanford. I didn't know what I was going to tell Paul.
Yeah, I guess you already got the others posted around town, huh? That's it, ain't it?
Not exactly, no, sir.
Well, change your plans? I mean, you got the others to go along with you, haven't you? Same as me?
No, sir. They ain't nobody but you and me and Mr. Pryor here.
Well, there's Martin and Ralph Carter. They'll go along with us.
No, sir. Just you and me and Mr. Pryor. That's all.
Just you and Pryor, huh?
That's right.
Well, no offense intended, Hoss, but Pryor here ain't much of a man with a gun.
No, sir. I reckon he ain't, but he's willing to try.
You'll need good men to face the Morgans. I guess you and Ben know that, don't you?
Yes, sir. That's why I'm mighty glad you're with us, Mr. Stanford.
Yeah. Well, I didn't figure on going it alone.
You're a good man with a gun, aren't you?
Well, I ain't that good. I mean, I'm no gunman. You know that, Hoss.
Yes, sir. I reckon you ain't no gunman.
Well, it'd be different if there were others, but... Well, you understand, don't you, Hoss?
Yes, sir, I understand.
You look real homelike now.
They shut down the saloon for the day.
Something wrong?
No, everything's fine, Ben.
Wish Hoss would get here with those men. Plans to be made.
They'll be along.
Skinner's never done a right thing in his whole life. You should have sent me or Zach into town.
Mm-hmm. Maybe with a big red flag so they'd be sure to spot you.
But I'm parched, Carl.
What are they doing in there?
Nothing. Just nothing at all.
Doesn't sound like Ben Cartwright. But if it was a trap, you'd have seen him setting up for it.
That's right. There ain't no trap, Carl. Let's ride.
You better come on in the back. You don't want to get hit by a stray bullet.
You want me to go out there? Is that what you want? Well, say it if that's what you mean. You want me to get killed? You want me to leave you and the kids alone in the world? I'm doing what I'm doing for you. I mean it. I'm doing it for you. It ain't that I'm afraid. I ain't afraid.
Brandy. What are you looking at?
Nothing, Mr. Carter.
Can't you get any decent brandy in this place?
Shut up, Carter. You got no right to kick. None of us got any right to kick.
If you feel that way about it, why don't you go out there? You're packing a gun.
Yeah. I'm packing a gun.
We'll wait here till sundown. I want to see the Cartwrights sweat. I want to see them crawl.
Not gonna do you much good, Ben. Not in your condition.
A man feels better with a gun in his hand.
Why do you need it, Ben? If your friends are going to fight for you. Where are they, Ben? Why aren't they here?
Well, these things take time. You'll have to get ready.
They've had plenty of time, Ben. I tell you before and I tell you now. Don't put your faith in any of them.
It hasn't been misplaced, Anne.
Ma'am, Mr. Pryor here's the only one that'd come along.
Your father's waiting to see you.
If you prefer, I'll stay out here.
It doesn't matter. Come on in if you like.
I've wanted to talk to you. To tell you how sorry I am about everything.
Oh, everybody's sorry, but that doesn't bring back my husband.
No. Nothing can do that. But it was a mistake. At the time, I was certain that Ed was guilty.
You didn't care whether he was guilty or not. You only wanted to win a case, to see him hang. A big district attorney. Make a name for himself. Further his political career. It's as simple as that, isn't it, Mr. Pryor? Admit it.
I've paid, Mrs. Samuels.
I hope you never stop paying for it.
Paul wants to see you.
I'm surprised to see you here, Pryor.
I've already told Paul how everybody drew lots to see who'd be the town spokesman.
They picked a strange spokesman.
I have some reputation left as a good spokesman, Mr. Cartwright.
Are the men ready?
All that are willing?
How many are there?
The town spoke with one voice, sir. All your friends took the same stand.
That's right, Paul. Everybody feels the same way about it.
Well, keep them calm. Don't let them get nervous. Remember, don't let them shoot till the Morgans get past the center of town.
I'll tell them, Paul.
I'd rather be out there with you.
I know, Paul, but don't you worry. Everything's going to be all right.
Tell him, Hoss. Tell him the whole story.
I've already told him everything he needs to know.
You holding anything back, Hoss?
Oh, only that we figured not to put anybody up here because it just draw fire anyhow.
Yeah. Well, that makes sense. Should be pretty soon now. Take care of yourself, Hoss.
Yes, sir.
Hoss, why didn't you tell him?
Well, ma'am, I can't just tell him that all his friends quit on him.
You can't face Morgan alone. Not with him.
Well, we got to do the best we can.
You'll be killed.
Right now, ma'am, that seems most likely.
All right. Time to move out.
Well, just about that time. Want to make a real good show.
What about us? If there's fighting, the Morgan's going to shoot up this town.
Yeah, that's for sure. Maybe get some of us killed to boot.
I don't want to be around when the lead starts flying. It's so blamed unparticular just who it hits.
Hurry, That's good. Hold it.
Well, looks like the show's going to be right here.
Well, that means shooting. Let's drift.
Yeah.
All right, let's go, Mr. Pryor.
No, wait. I need a drink.
Not now.
Hoss, I tell you, I need a drink.
Not now, Mr. Pryor.
You want me to die out here?
Mr. Pryor, you listen to me. I don't care what you do once this thing's over with. You can lay down and die and rot in the street. But you offered to come along on this thing, and you're going to stick till it's over with, Mr. Pryor. Do you understand that? You're going to stick.
All right. Let's go.
Now, get on back across the street and stay out of sight. As soon as Morgan's right across the rope, then pull the stove loose. You understand? Yeah. Mr. Pryor, I know you're feeling bad, but you just gotta make it. It ain't gonna be long now.
I don't know. I don't think I can make it.
You gotta. Just do the best you can, Mr. Pryor. That's all any man can do.
Well, gentlemen, I find myself drinking in worthy company. Yes, gentlemen, I'm a deserter just as you are. Shut up, Pryor. Bartender, give me another drink. Help me to drown my soul as my friends have succeeded in doing. But the surcease they find in this is only fleeting. For tomorrow, and all their tomorrows, they'll awaken to new pangs of conscience.
Why don't you shut up?
You let me hound an innocent man to death, and you cheered while he died. Well, now, gentlemen, it's you who are the executioners. You're letting good men die when you could save them.
You were out there. Why ain't you out there now?
I was afraid. Just like you, gentlemen, I was afraid. You're hiding, gentlemen. You're hiding from yourselves, and you're running. You'll never be able to stop, because you can't hide within yourself. I'm only good for making speeches. Speeches aren't much good now, are they? There's no time for speeches. What's he up to?
I don't know.
Where are you going, Doc?
Out to keep an obligation.
Ann, you sure that everything's ready?
Yes, Ben.
And Huss got all the men placed?
All of them.
It's going to be fine, Ann. It's going to be just...
What is it?
They're coming in, Ben. The Morgans are coming in.
Where's Pryor?
He's gone. His nerve didn't last.
Ain't you gonna run too?
I got some of my nerve back. I'm no hand with a gun, but maybe there's something else I can do.
There is, Doc. Look here.
It's too quiet, Carl. Maybe they took Ben Cartwright out.
He's here. He wouldn't run away from a fight.
Sure enough thought.
Shut up. Sure. Stay close and tight. I'm not covering for anybody that's got no more sense than a stray getting cut out of the herd. And Cartwright! You come on out to face me or be dragged out.
Something's gone wrong. They should have been cutting them up by now.
Cartwright! Listen to me and listen good. Whoever's hiding that Cartwrights better get him out here and fast. Or I'm not gonna just tree this town, I'm gonna burn it to ashes.
Help me. Hoss lied to me, didn't he?
Yes.
There's nobody out there to face him but him.
It's no use, Ben. You'll only get yourself killed.
All right, you had your time. Now I'm going house to house and I'm gonna kill everything that moves till I get to the Cartwrights.
Can't get a clear shot. Get me outside.
Paul, you all right? I gotta get you upstairs.
I'm all right. We're here together.
I don't feel much of anything now. Love, hate, nothing. That's only for the living. Anne, forget the hate.
It's too quiet, Paul.
They're trying to keep us guessing.
You killed him, Cartwright. You killed all my brothers. Now make your play face to face if you got the guts for it.
It's my play, Hoss.
Paul, I can't let you do it.
Hoss.
Yes, sir.
Billy. I tried, Billy.
Paul, you all right?
I'm all right. Tired. A man expects a lot. Too much.
I don't know, Paul. I reckon they done about as much as they could. Tom Pryor and Doc Travis.
You're right. Shouldn't have forgotten about them. There are men who do as much as they can, even more. It makes up for all the rest.
Morning, Ben. Morning, boys. Adam, is there any way we can stop this?
Well, it's up to John Henry.
He wants to fight. You may fire at the count of 3. One, 2, 3.
The next time you insult Sue Ellen Terry, I'll kill you.
You were out there, weren't you? I guess you're mad I didn't get myself killed. You tell me one thing. Are you fixing to take up with Adam Cartwright?
John, please.
No, you tell me.
It's none of your business.
You've been treating me like a biscuit-eating dog. That's my business, ain't it, getting treated like that by you?
John, please don't make a scene.
I'll make a scene. I'm sorry, Sue Ellen. I can't stay mad at you. I got something for you.
It's beautiful.
Yes, beautiful. Sent all the way to New York for it. You gonna take it?
I don't think I ought to, John. I've hurt you enough already.
Hurt me more if you didn't take it.
Thank you, John.
Look, I know you're angry and you think that kind of thing is foolish, Pa, but I had to do it.
Why?
Well, you to call me a coward.
You let a fool like that John Henry take a shot at you just because you think he might call you a coward. Well, you've had your little duel. You've made your grand gesture. I hope you're satisfied.
Oh, come on now, Pa. You've made a few grand gestures in your own time.
At a different place and at a different time.
Ah, then it isn't really the duel that's bothering you at all. Now, what is it?
You made a fool of yourself.
He insulted a lady who was with me at the time.
Obviously, you think that this lady is worth having a duel over.
Yes, I do.
Yes, well, I suppose she's a pretty enough young thing.
But you're afraid she's going to be like her sister, hmm?
I've heard talk about her.
Now, Pa, you always taught me that talk was cheap.
I've heard that she's been friendly with more than one man in Virginia City.
I know all that.
What else do you know?
She lives with her sister in a house on K Street. She's very lovely, and I like being with her.
But how serious about her are you?
Well, I don't think I really know.
Now, son, I've known women like this before.
Look, Pa, what have you got against her besides all the talk?
I don't like the kind of life she leads.
Well, I don't like it either. Neither does she, for that matter. But that's not really the point. Look, Pa, after all, I am a grown man.
Now, Adam, there are some women who can bring a lot of trouble into a man.
Oh, boy, you must be getting old, Pa. Some women are worth a lot of trouble.
You have plenty to eat?
Plenty.
Good. Always like to know I can please a man. Why did you do that?
Because I wanted to.
Is that all? I don't know what you've heard, but I'm not as bad as you think I am.
I don't think you're bad.
I guess you've also heard that I have very expensive tastes.
No, I never believed that kind of talk.
It's true, you know. I do. Very expensive. Ask anybody. Ask John Henry, just ask anybody.
Come here.
I'm just trying to be honest with you.
I said come here.
Don't you want to know what I am? What I really am?
I'm tired of talking. Come here.
Oh, way down, Dixieland. Sir, I don't believe I have the honor of your acquaintance. It's my pleasure, sir. Well, sir, accept my salute, sir. And your lady, too, sir. how could I make a mistake like that? I naturally suppose, sir, that you'd be with a lady.
Adam, please.
I didn't say nothing, sir. I didn't say nothing.
Now, supposing you apologize to the young lady, huh?
I surely do, ma'am. I do apologize.
Well, get him out of here, Adam, will you?
Get out of here.
Get him out of here, Adam. Get him out of here. She didn't always talk like that. Go on, ask her about me, Cartwright.
Adam.
Go on, ask her. Go on, ask her about old Dixie. Go on.
Sorry this had to happen.
So am I. Kind of ruined a beautiful day.
Forget about him.
There'll be others like him, Adam. Men out of the past who hate me.
Will you forget about the past?
But you won't ever hate me, will you, Adam? No matter what happens?
How could I ever hate you? I think I better get you inside. I think your sister's waiting up for you.
She always does. Good night, Adam. Dear.
Think you're fortunate, don't you? Just the luckiest. Just the luckiest man in town. But there've been a lot of lucky men ahead of you. A lot of them.
What are you doing, Hobsing?
Catchy chicken for dinner.
The way you're going about it, we ain't gonna have dinner till a week from Sunday.
Oh, yes. Chicken catchy corn, Hobson catchy chicken. Very smart.
No. Here, let me show you. Here's the way to catch chicken.
Hey, horse. What are you doing?
Shh. You're gonna scare all my chickens off.
Don't squash him. Get him.
I reckon that'll teach you who can catch chickens.
Very good. Very funny. Too skinny, thank you.
Hey, where do you get them two birds?
Oh, while you were crawling around looking for that thing, he was catching chickens. What's all the fuss about anyway? Chicken for dinner, it ain't Sunday.
Well, Adam's bringing his gal home.
You're kidding. You mean Sue Ellen Terry? Yeah. Boy, I'll bet Pa is hopping mad.
Well, if he is, he ain't showing it.
Been looking to see you, Adam.
What about, Jesse?
You and John Henry. John Henry's an upstanding citizen, belongs to the right party. What I mean is I sure would hate to lose a vote on account of you having a itchy finger.
Don't worry about it, Jesse. Everything's settled between him and me.
That's good, mighty good. Getting awful hard to round up enough votes come election time. Right kind of votes, that is.
Namely for you, huh?
That's about it. I hear tell it was about that Terry girl.
Forget it, Jesse.
You've been seeing a lot of her.
Have I?
No use to get hostile. I was just asking.
You just back off.
Getting anywhere with her?
Now, look, Jesse, I told you to back off.
There's no call for you to talk to me that way. Your pa and me have been friends a long time. I got an interest in you.
Yes, but you haven't got that much interest.
Howdy, Sheriff.
Howdy, Dixie.
What you doing?
Calling on voters?
Well, just 2 women in there, Sheriff. Women don't vote. Mighty thirsty day, ain't it?
Go get yourself unthirsted.
Thank you, Sheriff. Here.
Howdy, Miss Amelia. Your sister at home?
She hasn't the time for you now.
Oh, shucks now.
Not now, Sheriff Saunders. What's so funny?
The sight of you sober and watering flowers, it just don't seem to fit. Maybe you can give Sue Ellen a message for me. Tell her to stop messing with young Cartwright. He ain't for her and never will be.
Now, you speaking as a friend of the family, Sheriff?
Why, sure.
And what if Sue Ellen chooses not to mind what you've got to say?
I don't want to see Adam Cartwright hurt, and I'd hate to see your sister hurt, too. She's such a pretty little thing. A real pretty little thing, ain't she, Miss Amelia?
Who are you talking to?
Jesse Sanders.
What do you want?
He doesn't like you to see young Cartwright.
Oh, he doesn't.
Well, speaking as a friend of the family, of course.
Oh, of course. Here, lace me up. Wait. Oh, Amelia, have you been drinking again?
Honey, just a little touch of something from a Quincy. I'd look out for that Jesse Sanders. He's an important man.
Not that important.
Any man is important.
Oh, not so tight, I can't breathe.
Breathing isn't important. Well, there, I guess that ought to do it. You know, you're a pretty little thing, Sue Ellen, like Jesse says. Never thought you'd turn out as well as you did.
Thank you, Amelia.
You know, I was always the beauty in the family. That's what Papa used to call me. Beauty. You were just a skinny, homely little thing when Papa died. Now look at us.
You're still very attractive.
Well, I hold my years well if I do say so myself. Oh, but Lordy, honey, you should have seen me when I first came here.
You told me about it many times.
I didn't have a thing, not a penny. Just a little sister and some clothes. But men looked at me. Yes, indeedy, they looked. I had a special way of coming into a room. I never came through an ordinary doorway. Always came down a flight of stairs. Real slow. Like a princess. With just a little stop near the bottom. Long enough for some lovely man to come over and offer his arm. Lordy, honey, the tricks I could teach you.
You've taught me a lot.
Yeah, I've done real well by you. And don't you ever forget it, Sue Ellen. Don't you ever forget that when you were just a little thing and Papa died, nobody to take care of you. Your big sister did everything for you. I know you won't, though. You've been real good to me, Sue Ellen. I just don't know if I like you carrying on with Adam Cartwright like you are.
What do you mean?
You know what men are. I've told you often enough.
Oh, yes, you've told me. A man uses a woman and then tosses her aside. So you have to be very clever with them and use them the way you used to use men and not get hurt. Oh, Amelia, I've got a surprise for you. There's more than one kind of man. Adam's not like that.
Oh, no, honey. He's not different. He's a man.
You really don't like men, do you?
Well, honey, sure, I like men. It's just that a girl like you's got to be careful.
What do you mean, a girl like me?
Well, now, Sue Ellen, I don't want to say anything to upset you, but a man like Adam Cartwright, well, you're just not in that class.
Because I work in a saloon?
There's nothing wrong with being a saloon girl.
Oh, no, except that it makes me not good enough to marry Adam.
No, you're not. It's just not for you, Sue Ellen. Any more than it was for me.
What have you done to me? Is that all I have to hope for?
I've done everything for you.
Oh, you taught me to be a saloon girl, how to tantalize men and cheat them into giving me things.
Things are important.
Not that important. I won't be like that. I'm not going to be like you, Amelia.
Don't you dare talk to me like that. Not after all the things I've done for you.
I've paid it all back. I've kept you, Amelia. I've used all the little tricks that you taught me to take care of you.
You don't know what you're saying.
I know exactly what I'm saying. You talk about men using me. You're the one that used me, Amelia. But that's all over now. Because you're just going to have to take care of yourself. Because I'm going to marry Adam if you'll have me.
Well, Miss Terry, you say that your father was a merchant.
Oh, yes. He had one of the biggest houses in St. Louis.
Yeah. I used to visit St. Louis rather frequently. Perhaps I met your father.
Oh, I don't think so, really. We spent most of our time abroad. He was always getting Amelia, that's my sister, and I out of school and taking us off to Paris and London and just everywhere.
Some wine, Miss Terry?
Thank you. I love good wine.
Adam?
Oh, thanks, Pop.
Oh, my, it's so delicious. Papa always said that you could tell a gentleman by the wine cellar he kept and by the way he trained his servants.
Yeah. I suppose, Miss Terry, that you had many servants.
Oh, yes, yes. We had lots and lots of servants. We were very rich. We moved in very exclusive circles. Papa was one of the richest merchants in St. Louis. Oh, we had a large house. Oh, I'm terribly sorry.
It's all right.
I'll get something to wipe it off.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry.
It's all right. Hop Sing will take care of that.
Adam, I don't feel very well. I think you'd better take me home.
I'm sorry, Miss Terry. I'll get your wrap.
What are you thinking?
All about you.
I'm sorry about tonight, Adam. I tried to impress your father and your brothers, and I just made a big fool of myself.
Doesn't matter.
Oh, it does matter. It matters so much. My father wasn't a big merchant in St. Louis.
It doesn't make any difference what your father was or what he did.
He ran a small notion store. And we weren't rich, and we didn't have a big house, and we didn't have a lot of servants. Are you very disappointed?
A question like that doesn't even deserve an answer.
And you will come back?
You're just trying to keep me away.
Hey, what's all the shooting about? What's happened? You better get the doctor. Looks like somebody was
Sue Ellen, honey, I knew this was bound to happen someday.
It's been fired, Jesse. Took a couple of shots at the killer.
You and her have a fight?
No.
This fella that you took the shots at, did you see him?
I saw him, but it was too dark to recognize him.
And you was the only one who saw anybody?
There wasn't anybody else around.
Dixie was. He says you killed the girl.
And you believe him?
Maybe. Maybe not. Thing is, a lot of the voters have been listening to him, and some of them believe him. Just take off your gun belt and empty your pockets on the desk here. I'll fix up a receipt.
I'm sorry, Jesse. I'm going after the killer.
Hated to have to do that. You boys go ahead and lock him up. We'll hold him for murder.
Jesse? Jesse, it's me, Ben Cartwright. Put it away, Jesse. You won't need it.
Just move easy and keep your hands away from your guns.
You think I'd come here to bust Adam out?
Oh, I wasn't worried about you, Ben, but afraid some of them voters might get ideas. There's been some talk.
Or lynch talk?
Well, there's been some mention of ropes.
Jesse, I want my boy out of here.
Well, I reckon that's kind of natural for a pa to want his boy out of jail, everything considered. Give me two.
I'd like you to release Adam in my custody.
Ben, you know I can't do that.
Just long enough for the town to cool down.
Them voters would skin me alive.
Now, Jesse, we've always been pretty good friends.
I hope we always will be, Ben.
But you won't release Adam.
I just can't do it.
Let's take Adam out of here, Pa.
You calm down, young'un.
How about it, Pa?
No trouble, little Joe. Not now.
Glad you cooled him off, Ben. Hate for the voters and taxpayers' property to get all shot up the way they would have been if he'd have hauled iron on me. I reckon you'll want to see the boy.
The boys wait here.
Guess it's safe to leave you two alone.
Sorry about Sue Ellen.
Just don't understand it, Pa. Why would anybody want to kill her? All the men she knew never meant anything to her. Not a thing.
I'm sure they didn't, son.
I think the thing she wanted most was to belong somewhere. She never loved me. I knew that. think she just liked the idea of being married to a Cartwright. You know, it's funny, Pa. I don't think she even knew what love meant. I guess I was kind of trying to show her and sort of trying to make things up to her on account of her sister and all that, you know.
Adam, those men that she was friendly with, who were they?
Well, you know, it was John Henry, and Leeds, Durkin over at the bank. Oh, but what difference does it all make? I got a witness. Says he saw me kill her.
Witness? Who?
Oh, old Dixie.
Dixie? That old drunk?
That's right. Trouble is, a lot of people believe him. Yeah, there's even talk about starting to do something about it. I'm sorry, pal. I just got kind of a funny tightness in my throat.
Well, they was coming up the street in a buggy. I was standing there, just as near as I am to you fellas.
Didn't they see you?
Well, shucks, no. They didn't have eyes for nobody but each other. Besides, I was in the shadows. And then he hands her down the rig like this. Oh, he's mighty slick about it. Yes, sir. He said something. I didn't hear that part. And she says, no, no, Adam, no. Just like that. And then he says,
Well, go on, Dixie. What did he say?
He says, if I don't get you, nobody gets you. And then he takes out his gun. She drew herself up, and she looked him straight in the eye. And she says, take my life if you must, Adam, but spare my honor.
Well, why didn't you stop him?
Well, because it all happened too fast. Then he up and shot her. Shot that pretty young thing in cold blood. Bang, bang.
What else?
Well, she stood there, holding herself like this and looking at him sad and mournful like.
Didn't she say anything?
She says, I forgive you, Adam. I forgive all my enemies. And then she fell down. And she died.
We ought to take that Cartwright out of Jesse Sanders' jail and hang him right now.
I'm right.
Hello, John.
That's your morning dress, Amelia?
I think I'll let you buy me a drink.
Sure. Joe, another glass.
You surprised to see me like this, John?
Seems a funny way to be grieving over Sue Ellen.
Oh, I am grieving. Inside. But life goes on.
Yeah, I know. A girl has to live.
Don't be unkind, John. You were never unkind to me. I was very fond of you. Very fond.
Cut it out, Amelia. Look, I bought you a drink. I'll buy you another one, then you better go home.
You are being unkind, John. That isn't very wise of you.
Now, what do you mean by that?
You know Adam Cartwright didn't kill Sue Ellen.
You came in here looking for me, didn't you? To tell me they got the wrong man for your sister's murder. Maybe you know who did kill her?
I've got some good ideas about it.
Maybe you think those ideas are worth something.
I wouldn't laugh, John Henry.
You ain't the beatenest woman I ever did see. Your own sister hardly cold, and you out dressed in her own clothes trying to squeeze a little blackmail. Well, it won't work, Amelia.
I'll tell Jessie Sanders you hated her. You did, John. Hated her enough to kill her.
There was some closer to her than me that hated her more.
How ridiculous.
You hated her because she was young. And you're getting older. Oh, that's right, Amelia. You still look good in soft lights, but you ain't as young as you used to be.
Crowd's getting kind of hit up out there. Reckon if we look for a tussle long about sundown.
Open up, Jesse. It's Ben Cartwright.
What you bring that trash in here for?
Tell him, Dixie. Tell him what you told me.
I didn't tell him nothing, Sheriff. Never said a word.
Tell the truth.
I told him.
What did he tell you, Ben?
He told me there was someone else on the street when Sue Ellen was killed.
Is that right? You tell me the truth, you hear? You see somebody else out there? You ever get a good look at him?
No, sir. I did not. Before the Lord, that's the truth, Sheriff. I never seen him clear enough to know him.
But you did see someone out there. And you saw that person shoot at Miss Terry, my son.
Tell the truth.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. What?
What Mr. Cartwright said.
How'd you ever get it out of him, Ben?
Shook it out of him. Now turn my son loose, Jesse.
Can't do that, Ben.
What do you mean you can't? He's innocent. You're holding him because of what this drunken liar told you. You just heard him admit that he lied. Now, what more do you want?
I'd like to see you get your boy back safe and sound. Listen.
Tell them, Jesse. Tell them the truth.
Too late for that. They're too hot to listen to anybody. Adam's safer where he is. Might help, though, if you and your boys step outside and kind of show them voters what kind of trouble they're asking for.
Well, how is it?
Not so good. Lord, I wish you was out of here.
So do I.
If it comes to the worst, I'm gonna have to kill some of them voters out there just to keep you alive. It's getting harder and harder to get elected each election day without killing voters. Take this. If they do bust in here, I don't want to say I left you helpless.
You're kind of taking a chance, aren't you, Jesse? What's to stop me from making you open the door now that I got a gun?
Just plain horse sense, if you got any. See, if a sensible man was figuring to bust out of this here jug, he'd wait till nightfall. The thing had kind of quieted down. There was only one deputy on duty. Deputies always carry the keys to the cells. A man ain't gonna argue about opening a jail door when he's got a gun stuck under his nose.
There's only one thing that bothers me, Jesse. Why are you doing it?
Your pa's a friend of mine. Put that gun under your blanket and don't use it till the time's right.
And what happens after I bust out?
You get 8 hours head start. After that, I come after you. If I catch you, chances are you'll hang.
reach for. Just turn around nice and easy. Unlock the door. Let's have him. Don't try it. I just busted jail and I'd soon kill you as look at you, understand?
What do you want?
One straight answer. Did you kill her?
Who you been talking to? Amelia Terry?
Why her?
Because she's got the same kind of crazy idea. Thought it was good enough to work a little blackmail. Well, I'm telling you what I told her. Talk and guess it ain't facts. I can prove I wasn't nowhere near when Sue Ellen got killed.
I'm sorry, Henry, but I had to try you.
Got right. I don't like you, but I guess I owe you something for not killing me when you had the chance. If I was you, I'd talk to Amelia.
I intend to.
Because she didn't like Sue Ellen. Oh, I know she put on like she did, but the truth was she always hated her. Maybe enough to kill her.
Come in. I've been expecting you. It was clever of you to come after dark. I don't look bad, do I? A little slim and here and there, I'll be as good as new. For a talky man, you're awful quiet. You never did like to part with your money, did you? Real tightwad. Oh, don't worry about it. I won't ask for any more. Not unless I really need it. Wasn't it lucky for me I thought about you? You know, I always knew you liked Sue Ellen, but not enough to kill her. You have to pay for a thing like that, my friend. And pay, and pay. No. No.
You do a fool thing like that for a break out of jail.
I had to, Pa. I didn't stand a chance locked up.
Now, what chance do you stand now?
Amelia had some idea about the killer. Tried to blackmail John Henry.
I know. He told me. Told me you were on your way here.
Does anybody else know?
No, I don't think so. I'd better get you back into that jail. Jesse's organizing a posse.
He's what?
He's organizing a posse. He's ordering them to bring you in, dead or alive. Come on.
Oh, wait a minute. You tell Jesse I'll give myself up if he'll meet me alone.
Alone?
Yeah. Tell him I'll meet him in his room in 1 hour.
Ben, why don't you go back to your hotel and get your rest? You're doing no good hanging around here.
Want a word with you, Jesse?
Excuse me, you fellas. Don't you go peeking at my hand. Playing little Peter would pass the time. Now then, what can I do for you?
I just saw Adam. That's all right, Jesse. He's ready to give up.
Where is he?
He'll be at your place in an hour.
I see. Over at my place.
Jesse, we've been friends a long time. Remember that, will you?
Don't worry about a thing. Take good care of the boy. Your pa said I'd find you here. Guess you're fixing to give yourself up.
How long would I live if I did give myself up, Jesse?
Not long.
Shot while trying to escape?
Something like that.
You know, it'd been neater if I'd been killed when I busted out of your jail. That's where you made a mistake, Jesse. Your first one.
You busted in jail convinced the voters you was a killer, all right. What was my second mistake?
Getting up a posse after you promised me 8 clear hours. You know, it began to look as though you wanted me dead awfully bad. Don't try, Jesse.
Is it bad?
It's bad. Tell me, Jesse, why'd you kill Sue Ellen?
I never figured to kill Sue Ellen. Pretty little thing. I used to watch her. Used to see she got home nights. Used to wait outside her house till the light went on in her room. One time she said, "Jesse, honey, I want to give you something for being so nice." And I said, "That's a pretty hat you got on." And she gave it to me. It was just nice having something that was close to her. Like a lacy shawl she used to wear. And a glove. Everybody was always fussing over her and giving her things. But not you. You was young, like her. I never meant to kill Sue Ellen. It was you I was gonna kill.
I just don't understand it, little Joe. Dang old ram tracks are everywhere. Looks to me like he's just walking around the circle.
Yeah, we're just not having any luck.
Ain't no wet boots. getting stuck worse than the other.
Doggone you! Well, now you're gonna get it.
What are you talking about, Little Joe?
You know what I'm talking about.
Little Joe, what's the matter with you?
You let me go so I can bust you one.
Well, I find out what's ailing you.
Why, you spoil a perfect shot I had at him.
At who?
That old bighorn we've been tracking.
Little Joe, you sure this high altitude ain't got you a little lightheaded?
I just saw him.
Where?
Up there we just come from. Look, are you laughing at me?
Not at you, Little Joe, at us. We've been chasing that old bighorn for 2 weeks, and this is the first time we laid eyes on him. You know why? Because all that time he's been tracking us. Come on, we gotta get back and get out of here.
Can't we stay up just one more day?
Well, you can if you want to, Little Joe. I'll come up next spring and dig your froze carcass out of this snow.
All right, we'll start packing out tomorrow.
Yeah, well, you get real busy now and round up some grub for your big brother before I fade plumb away.
Okay, beans and bacon coming up.
You all right, Little Joe?
I will be as soon as my ears stop popping.
Check that thieving Indian over there. Well, there's last of our supplies and what little ammunition we had left.
Hey, horse, come here. Look at this. Shoshone, isn't she?
Well, yeah, that's a Shoshone headband she's got on.
Yeah, she's cold. I'll make her some coffee. She didn't get hit by one of them stray bullets, did she?
No, she ain't been hit.
Yeah, well, this coffee will fix her up.
Never mind.
What do you mean, never mind? What's wrong with her?
Little Joe, this squaw's gonna have a baby. And soon. Did you find them?
No, not a sign. I went clear to the top of that peak. I could see for miles. There's nothing.
I just don't understand it, Little Joe. Young girl in her condition would try to stick close to her tribe. Unless, of course, she gets lost and they just run off and leave her or something.
No, she's not lost, Hoss.
How could you tell?
By the deer trail she took. Every time they branched off, she took the one either south or east. She knew where she was going.
Southeast. Well, that'd take her right into Paiute country, wouldn't it?
Hey, maybe her tribe was looking for a few scalps.
No, wasn't no raiding party. Shoshone's too smart for that. They wouldn't want to get caught this side of the mountains with big snow just on its way.
Hey, where was she heading then?
What else is southeast of here?
Only thing I can think of is Virginia City.
Virginia City. Well, her fever's down some anyhow.
Yeah, she looks better to me.
Yeah. There's one thing for certain, though. Her time's near, and she's going to be needing a woman to help with the birthing. You sure you didn't see nothing of them, little Joe? No smoke, no tracks, no nothing?
No, nothing. Well, they're going to be able to find us, though, if we're west of Kansas City. All they got to do is follow their smellers.
I reckon you're referring to my cooking.
I'm referring to that stink you're making. What is it?
Them's wild roots and mesquite beans.
Mesquite beans?
Yep.
That's cattle fodder.
Yep. It's going to be your dinner, though, little Joe, and as a matter of fact, you're liable to be living on this till we get out of here.
Uh-huh, no. I'm gonna go shoot me some game.
Oh, no, you ain't. We got to save what ammunition we got left for an emergency.
Oh, look, horse, we can't eat cattle fodder.
You eat beefsteak, don't you?
Well, sure. What's that got to do with it?
Well, it'll just make you appreciate what an old steer goes through for you. Here, eat hearty, little brother.
Do I have to?
No, you don't have to. You can starve to death.
You know, it's kind of sweet, you know?
Sure.
The fella could get used to that smell.
Hey, she's coming to. Get some water, quick. You're spilling it.
All right, just hold the cup still.
Here, now, I want you to drink some of this. It'll be good for you. Ma'am, there ain't nobody gonna hurt you. Go on, now. You drink some of this. That's the way. That's the way. Her pulse is stronger.
Think she understood you?
Well, if she didn't, little brother, we're in a peck of trouble.
My name is Joe Cartwright. This is my brother, Hoss.
Pleased to meet you, ma'am.
We're from Virginia City. That's where you were heading, wasn't it? Where's your tribe?
Ma'am, you better tell us. You're gonna be needing some help, and quick. Ain't no use. She don't understand nothing.
I won't.
Here, help me get her straightened up here so she can eat.
Yeah. Come on. Get that on your head.
Yeah. Now then. Here. This is good Indian food. Good. Eat.
I can't say as I blame her.
You keep your smart talk to yourself, little brother. In case you know it or not, we got a peck of grief on our hands here. This is good food. It's Indian food. It'll make you strong again. Now, I ain't gonna take no nonsense. You come on here and eat for your baby. That's the way. Take it sort of easy at first. Kind of let your insides get used to the idea. That's the way.
See the way her eyes lit up when you mentioned her baby? She understood every word you were saying.
I don't know. Any female carrying a young just naturally knows what's expected.
You know, she must know her time is near.
She knows.
Well, then what are we waiting for? Let's get her to a doctor or a midwife or somebody before it's too late.
It's already too late, little Joe. That girl will die if we try to move her down this mountain. Now, that's what's been spooking me all along.
How do you know she'll die? You ain't no doctor. You said so yourself.
Well, I know that much about females.
Yeah, horses are cows, maybe. You don't know nothing about women, females.
I know less than nothing. But we're going to have to learn, little brother.
There must be some other way.
Yeah. Yeah, we could just leave her up here.
And maybe her people will find her.
Maybe.
Well, anyway, it's not our responsibility. We didn't ask her to get landed up with us.
No, we sure didn't.
Probably bungled the job anyway.
Yeah.
Hoss?
Huh?
You ever seen a baby birthed?
You know I ain't.
How soon do you think it'll be?
I don't know. Maybe today, or tomorrow, maybe next week. I don't know.
We just better pray the snow holds off.
Yeah.
Doggone. Doggone.
Oh, no, you ain't. We gotta save what ammunition we got left for an emergency.
I ain't gonna save nothing.
Little Joe!
Oh, doggone!
Thought I told you to save that ammunition.
Will you tell that stupid nanny goat to stop grinning at me?
Little brother, you sure you ain't just a little bit sun-touched? You ought not to come out of camp without your hat on, little Joe.
I ain't sun-touched. I'm hungry. I spent a whole day picking these stinking mesquite beans. Look what I got to show for it.
Well, you ought to have picked a bushel basket by now. Dadgummit, if I got to do everything.
You forget it. These bushes have been stripped clean. There was a whole herd of mule deer come through here last night. There's tracks everywhere.
Bastard. As if we ain't got enough grief. Well, come on back into camp. I need you to help me with that gal.
Well, she ain't
No, no, it ain't what you think. No such luck. Come on.
Yeah, doggone you. Hey! Yeah, that looks pretty nice. Why don't you ever make one of those for me?
Well, the next time you're expecting, you just let me know. Get some of them sticks over there.
Oh, these?
Yeah.
What are the stakes for?
These are for to tug on as soon as their labor starts. Here, drive one in over there at arm's length.
Ma'am, I sure hope you know you got yourself mixed up with a couple of prune pickers. Well, we don't know about delivering babies. It'd scare you to death.
Fetch that shovel over there. Yeah, now, dig a pit right there deep enough to hold a batch of hot coals.
Oh, can't we heat the water outside?
Well, we're going to, but this is to steam some sage leaves.
Sage leaves? What good's that gonna do her?
Well, how should I know?
I mean, how should you know? What are we gonna do it for, then?
Well, I heard an Indian agent telling Paul one time that this is what all Shoshone women always did.
Yeah, what else did they tell you?
Well, then we got to get some rabbit pelts to swaddle the baby in as soon as it gets here.
Mm-hmm. And what then?
Then we got to find an old cottonwood tree someplace.
Oh, we gotta find an old cottonwood tree?
Yeah, one with a dry rot.
We gotta find an old cottonwood tree. It's got the dry rot.
Yeah, so as we can scoop out that dry rot and pulverize it up real fine like.
And we scoop out some of that dry rot and pulverize it up real fine. But we don't know why we're doing that either, do we?
Yeah, for baby powder. Youngin's got to have baby powder, ain't he?
Oh, no. You can't even have a baby without baby powder.
Where you going?
I know there's an old cottonwood tree down by the lake. I'm going to get us some baby powder makings.
Wait a minute.
I want to get me one of them.
Save your ammunition. You willing to get wet for your supper?
I'd just as soon die of pneumonia as starvation.
All right, you go rustle us up some branches. And make it snappy. Be quiet about it. There ain't nothing as skittery as a wild duck.
Okay.
She sure didn't get much down.
I told you not to put those pine nuts in her soup.
Pine nuts are nourishing.
Well, so's duck.
She ain't hardly got enough strength to swallow soup. I don't know what she'd do with that roast duck.
Well, I'm going to give her lessons right now. Hey, Hoss?
Yeah?
How far do you think she'd come before she ran into us?
Shoshone Nation's 200 miles north of here.
Remember she was traveling with her husband. He had an accident or something.
It ain't that simple. For some reason or other, that girl had to get into Virginia City.
I don't think we're going to find out till she gets good and ready to tell us. Here. Some duck.
Tomorrow we'll set some rabbit snares.
Hey, Hoss?
Yep.
That lake was frozen over this morning. I saw a herd of deer going down through the pass.
It's kind of surprising that she don't take the hint, ain't it?
Why should she? She's got it made. She's got a nice room, plenty of food. 2 dumb clucks to wait on her hand and foot. She's in no hurry.
Jenkins! Little Joe, you could have dang near killed me with that stinking thing.
You should have seen the look on your face. You look like a hog that's stuck with a porcupine quill. Hey. Hey, the Sphinx has a sense of humor.
Well, Joe, don't just stand there, Dawkins. Get that sage. Get the sage. Where's the sage?
What sage?
The sage I told you to get for the steaming.
You told me you were gonna get the sage.
Me? If I gotta get everything?
Well, I'm tired of you yelling at me. You want sage? Just tell me, I'll get it.
Oh, no, you get that boiling water and follow me in there with it. You hear? Get it.
Oh, we should make up your mind. Sage in here, boiling water. I don't know nothing about having babies. Here's a water horse.
Put it right there.
You scared?
Yeah, but I don't reckon half as much as she is. Put down those windbreakers. Ain't you never seen a baby before? Here. Here, take him over there by the fire. Hold him easy and keep your hand on his back so his little head don't fall down.
Yeah.
Yeah, be careful. Don't stumble over them big feet of yours.
My baby girl, is she all right?
You speak English better than I do.
Please tell me.
How come you held out on us?
Is she perfect?
Your baby's perfect. She's as pretty as a brand new penny. Only she ain't a she. He's a he. What's the matter? I thought all Shoshone women made big medicine to their gods so they'd have nothing but boy babies. You get some rest. You're gonna have a lot of explaining to do.
Hey, Hoss?
Yeah.
Did you take a good look at this baby?
What'd you do to him? He was all right when I gave him to you.
I didn't do nothing to him. Look at him. He's got blue eyes.
Ain't no Indian baby ever had blue eyes.
This boy's father's a white man.
Like we eat fish again tonight. The rabbit snares are all empty.
Yeah, well, the fish trap's empty, too. What are we gonna do now?
I don't know. Did you notice the sky today? As clear as a crystal glass.
Complaining? I could smell the snow piling up there for almost a week. We got a reprieve.
Listen.
I don't hear anything.
No birds, no wind, no nothing.
Yeah, come to think of it, I haven't heard anything all day. Didn't see that old bighorn either.
Not a living thing. Paul says that wild animals always know when a big storm's due.
Look, we gotta get down off this mountain and quick.
Yeah, well, maybe tomorrow. Have to see about the girl first.
Well, by all means, let's give the lady every consideration. Doesn't make any difference she won't tell us her name. Now, let's be gentlemen and Cartwrights to the bitter end.
Oh, little Joe, this has been worrying you like a hound dog with a burr in his rump. Forget it. I reckon she's got her reasons for keeping quiet.
Hey, well, I'm gonna find out her reasons and everything else about her before she gets us in any deeper.
How you figuring on doing that?
Well, you just watch me. Oh, don't stop on account of us. Personally, I'd like to hear something besides my brother's yakking.
Leave her alone, little Joe.
You know, Hoss says you talk better than he does. I ain't much to crow about, but I'd certainly like to hear a sample. Your name, maybe. You know, we've been pretty decent to you. I think we're entitled to know a little bit more about you. For instance, why were you going to Virginia City?
Oh, little Joe, quit jawing at her. If she don't want to talk to us, I reckon it's her business.
Well, it seems to me she's made us part of her business. If I'm gonna get my scalp lifted for a runaway Shoshone, I think I'd die a lot easier if I knew some of the details.
What makes you think she's a runaway?
Oh, look at her face. You're gonna tell me she's not a runaway?
Where did you get this?
Not far from camp.
You didn't tell me about it?
Just wanted to see the look on her face first.
Could have been dropped last month or even last year.
Yeah, last night.
Did you see any other signs?
No. Well, it could have been lost by a scout on his way back to get the rest of the party. And look, don't try to make me feel like a louse either. I had to find something out, and I found it out. That's all.
We didn't do no such a thing. That's a war medicine bag. It's forbidden for a Shoshone woman to even lay eyes on it. No wonder the poor little old thing's half scared to death.
Where are you going?
I'm going up on that mountainside and take a look around.
I'm sorry. I guess it was sort of a mean trick. I didn't know about the taboo. I guess you have your reasons for not wanting to answer our questions. Just it gets so doggone aggravating. Relax, it's Hoss.
Get the pack horse. We're leaving.
Shoshones?
No, it's a blizzard. It's forming over there behind that ridge to the north.
And I tried to tell you.
Make it snappy. We got to get out of here and through that pass before the storm hits.
For the last couple of miles, I could swear we were being watched.
I think it's that gal, little Joe. She's got me spooked, too.
Yeah, I think she senses something. What if that medicine bag could have been a fresh sign after all?
Maybe, but right now it's what's up there that's got me worried.
Yeah. How far do you think it is to the pass?
I don't know, about 2 or 3 miles, I reckon.
Yeah, we'll never make it before dark.
Well, we'll have to make it after dark, then.
I want you to go on ahead. I want to backtrack and have a look around.
Here, just take it easy. I'll get the baby. Whoa, Nip. Whoa. Your baby's all right. It's okay. I think we better rest here for a while.
Well, there's no sign of them.
Adam, they're a week overdue.
I never knew them to get home yet on time.
Surely Hoss would have enough sense to know this is a storm sky. Something's happened to them. Let's get going.
You said you were going on.
Shh. Wake her up. She's too tired to go on.
Yeah, it makes 2 of us.
You see anything?
No. I think there's something else out there besides my imagination. I can't shake the feeling that they're out there watching us. Just waiting.
Yeah, but waiting for what? We're just 2 guns against a whole Shoshone war party? Well, we wouldn't stand a chance. If they're really out there, why don't they show themselves?
I think she could tell us.
All right. If it'll make you any happier, I'll stand and watch tonight. Now, go and eat your supper.
Just what I wanted, mesquite beans.
And wild roots.
Hoss, would you do me a favor?
What?
Please don't ask me to go hunt with you again.
Joe. Little Joe.
What do you want?
Did you put that there?
No.
We're in real big trouble.
Well, I told you they were following us. What do you think they're waiting for?
I don't know. But I ain't planning on sitting here and waiting to find out. Wake that girl up and let's get out of here.
Hoss. Boy, some guard you turned out to be.
Wait a minute. There ain't no Indian war party that'd stuff these blankets just to fool us. For some reason or other, that gal was afraid I'd wake up and catch her gone.
Yeah, but it still doesn't explain this knife or those tracks. Must have been a half a dozen Shoshones in here last night.
Yeah. She must have known they were tracking us, too. For some reason or other, little Joe, that gal didn't want them Indians to catch her.
That knife was a warning not to interfere.
Well, we're going to interfere. Let's go. Adam?
I guess you've been worrying about us, huh, Paul?
Paul, we can explain everything. We was going to start down on time, but...
I guess we better show him, Hoss. They ain't gonna believe us otherwise. Come on.
I'd hoped you boys had more sense than that.
Well, Paul, after all we'd been through with her, we couldn't just walk off and leave her up there. We just naturally brung her and that young'un home with us.
Is that all?
Hey, well, Pa, you act like we did something wrong.
Coming between a Shoshone woman and a people is not something wrong. It's just plain stupidity.
Yeah, I thought you boys went up there to hunt bighorn sheep.
Oh, Adam, this is a serious matter.
Well, it's a fine homecoming. That's all I gotta say.
The next time you bring baby home, you bring laundry boy. Hobson got no time for washing diaper.
How is she, Doctor? Very weak. The surprising thing is how the baby came through it without a sniffle.
Well, now, that ain't too surprising, Doc, seeing as who brought him into the world.
Yeah, well, he had some help, too.
Yeah, about as much help as a sore thumb.
My boys don't seem to realize the seriousness of the situation. They don't know who the girl is or why the tribe went to so much trouble trying to recapture her. The baby's father is undoubtedly a white man, Ben. That might explain why she's running away from her family. But why they would risk the lives of 4 braves for 1 child? Well, there's nothing more I can do here, Ben. I'll send out a wet nurse for the baby. Thank you, Doctor.
Baby.
Be careful.
Don't you worry.
Mr. Cartwright! Mr. Cartwright! Come! Come quick!
What is it, Hobson?
The girl, come!
She's burning up. Wake Adam. Tell him to ride into town and get that doctor back here. Do you hear me? I've sent for the doctor again. Before he gets here, I want you to tell me who your child's father is. You were coming to find him, weren't you? He should be here with you. You tell me, and I'll send for him. All right. Did you hear me?
You got no sense, you people? What for you wake up house so late?
Tell Mr. Cartwright that Sumner Kyle is here.
Yes, sir, Mr. Kyle. You got maybe any particular Mr. Cartwright in mind?
Ben Cartwright, of course.
Oh, Kyle.
Hello, Cartwright. I hope you'll forgive me for coming unannounced. You know Jason, of course.
Of course. My son Adam told me you'd returned to Virginia City. Is there something I can do for you?
May we speak in private, please?
Hop Singh, it's getting pretty late. Why don't you go to bed? Well, make yourself comfortable.
Thank you. Cartwright, I have a favor to ask. And this time, I won't insult you by offering a bribe.
Well, at least you learned that much from our last meeting.
Yes, we have had our differences, but they were business conflicts, never personal. Not as far as I'm concerned. I've always had great admiration for you.
Kyle, you didn't come here at this time of night to eulogize me, so why don't we get to the point?
I understand you have an Indian girl here and a child.
That's right.
Well, Cartwright, my son Jason is the father of that child. Cartwright, you have sons. You must know how I felt when I learned that Jason was involved with this Shoshone girl.
We were married.
Yes, an Indian ceremony. Hardly a binding agreement.
I don't quite agree, Kyle, but Jason, you must have been in love with the girl, or else you wouldn't have married her.
I was, and still am. She knew it. That's why she tried to come to me.
Why did you desert her?
Tell him, Father.
I believe I'm the proper judge of what is best for my son.
He's right. He's right as usual. It was impossible from the very start. What could I offer her didn't belong to him, including myself.
Cartwright, I want you to send the girl and the child back to her people. I'm ready to pay well for her silence.
Kyle, you needn't worry too much about the girl. I doubt very much whether she would embarrass you. She's never mentioned the name of the child's father.
You mean you didn't know?
No, I didn't know. Obviously, she was too much in love with your son to want to cause him any trouble, even though he did desert her.
Where is she?
Upstairs. Wait a minute, Jason. Jason, she's dead.
Jason!
Kyle, you've had it all your own way. Leave them alone now. The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of mine enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil. My cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Amen.
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 Cartwright, I want my son.
Now, Redwip is an old man. His only child lies there. But his bloodline continues in your son. Nothing will stop him from taking that boy.
Mr. Cartwright, may I have the boy? Tell my father I've gone home.